Slack attack.
Hey, welcome back to Major Slack Attack, your first stop for a titillating tactical Baldur's Gate 3 walkthrough. On the menu today is a level 5 makeover. We have hit level 5, and we're going to do a major makeover of the Missile Mafia. That would be Missiles, Shadowheart, Gale, and Will. Alright, I was originally going to make over everybody, but I think that would be just like information overload for everybody. So I'm going to do this by teams. As you know, if you've been following this walkthrough, these four are what I call the Missile Mafia, and then I've recently formed a new team, the team of Rogue Assassins. That would be Asterion, Scorpion, and Orion. And eventually I want to create a third team of Gladiators, which will include Karlach and Lae'zel and another hireling. Okay, so today we're going to focus on the Missile Mafia. Let me tell you, I've been working on this makeover for 2 days. Literally 2 days, I'm not kidding. I got a humongous to-do list, starting with, let me just explain a lot of things while I'm sending Shadowheart, the executive in charge of sales and acquisitions, to do a big shopping trip. All right, so Shadowheart, on your way, you're going to Emerald Grove to start off with, and I'll explain a lot about what's going on. Level 5. Level 5 means that regardless of any multi-classing that you've done, your proficiency level goes up. Your proficiency bonus is now 2. It starts out at 2, but at level 5 it goes up to +3. That's number 1. Number 2, if you don't multi-class at level 5, level 3 spells become available. I know it sounds confusing, but no, that's huge. So for example, if you went pure wizard or pure warlock or pure sorcerer, level 3 spells will become available at level 5. Yeah, and I definitely think that I originally have 3 is it 3? At least 2 warlock wizards with Hexblade's Curse. I'm going to talk more about that in a minute. Here we are at the first guy that we want to do business with. Here in Emerald Grove, we're going to talk to Damon. Right, and I'm looking specifically for a light crossbow.
I have, well, something.
I know this may sound a little, because I've sold off a ton of light crossbows in my travels, but now I'm going, hey, wait a minute, I actually need a light crossbow. Is that one? Here we go, light crossbow +1. And it's only 64 gold. Done. Just checking to see. This is specifically for Gale, because I want to turn Gale into a pure wizard, and as such he's not going to have benefits of armor or a lot of martial weapons. Okay, that'll do for now. Balance offer. Okay, so this is important. If you're following this walkthrough closely, make sure you buy yourself a light crossbow or a light crossbow +1 preferably. Right, barter it up. That's done. Next,
I could use the target practice.
let's go talk to Volo.
My forge.
How long until Roland shows off his thunder?
Volo is down in the pit. I think it has a... actually has a name. Down in this area here. Over this way, Shadowheart. Yeah,
Would that we could speak freely, my ursine friend.
Alas, I've never learned to converse with your kind.
here, this guy here. This is Volo.
Yes, yes.
Volo, what say you?
Ah, my good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
Okay, I've talked to this guy so many times, and I had no idea that you could actually do business with him simply by clicking on this trade button right here. Because he doesn't actually offer you a trade dialogue option after he gets finished with all his blathering. So I can't believe I like 540 hours into this game and I'm just realizing this now. So yeah, we're going to talk to him because we're going to have to rescue him later. I don't want to do any spoilers in case you don't know what happens. But let's go through a bit of this dialogue here. Fine, ask your questions.
Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, but remember nothing useful about goblin social order or behavior.
It doesn't matter if you fail that history check. This is just the only thing you can possibly gain out of this is an inspiration point if you have somebody with the entertainer background with you and you lie to this guy. And we're full up on inspiration points right now, so it doesn't really matter. They were goblins, same as all the others, lowly and vile.
Goblins struck fear and awe in heart of wilting witness.
Wait a minute, that's not what I said.
And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
Oh, for that we have the requisite response. Cuckoo! Cuckoo! Yeah, dragon, there wasn't any dragon.
Witnesses failed to notice the obvious dragon. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
Yeah, I don't think so. I was concentrating on not dying.
Really? Well, this does complicate things. But then again, well, never mind. I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal!
The scandal. What do you think Maglabiet makes of this change?
Oh, I'd imagine him quite displeased. Since their change in allegiance, these goblins are informed by a kind of strategy anathema to their kind. I, for one, intend to get to the bottom of it. I'm just preparing to head to their camp as we speak, in fact. If you'll excuse me, I ought not to door roll.
There you go. So he's off to the goblin camp to do some more research. So that's what we find him there. That's how you know that he got there. Anyway, so be careful. Goblins aren't known for mercy.
Never you mind. Who needs mercy when you've a quick tongue, And an invisibility potion stashed in your back pocket?
Until we meet again.
Until we meet again. Oh, where are you going there? Got some more business here.
Pardon me. I must prepare to travel. Good day, my friend.
Okay, and here we're just going to click on this trade button here. And we're after this item right here. The Whispering Promise. Bless and Mercy, when you heal a creature, it gains a 1d4 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws. Definitely. So buy that. Balance offer. And barter. Okay, now you may go. Where are you headed again?
To the goblins camped nearby, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Whoever this absolute they're worshipping might be, I'll be the first to write about it.
Attaboy. Alright, good luck to you. Alright, next we are going down to the Underdark. I took care to discover this waypoint earlier on. That was at the end of the Minotaur fight. We pushed forward and discovered this waypoint here for this very purpose, because I wanted to come back and do some shopping with these guys, some important shopping. Okay, so here at the Myconid colony, otherwise known as the Ebon Lake Grotto, proceed in here a little bit and find this guy right here, Blurg. And we're going to buy some important items off him.
Let us observe the customs of the locals.
The scholar's brow tenses. His voice spills into your skull, the spores connecting mind to mind.
Blurg, proud member of the Society of Brilliance, at your service. Or perhaps not. Your mind is far more complex than that of the fungi.
Alright, so he has a lot of dialogue also, but that's connected with another quest that I want to do later, so we'll save that dialogue for then. For now, let's just go here. Do you have anything interesting to trade?
I do enjoy a good bargain. If anything in my private collection.
Okay, and here we are after 4 items. The Psychic Spark, Melf's First Staff, the Circlet of Blasting, and the baneful. Right there. Okay, it's going to cost you a pretty penny, but if you've been following this walkthrough, you should have lots of money. Here we go. Once again, Psychic Spark, Melf's First Staff, the Baneful, and Circlet of Blasting. Balance offer. And barter it up. Done and done.
Very well.
Very well. One final stop. Also here at the Myconid Colony, otherwise known as the Evan Lake Grotto. We're going to go see Dareth Bonecloak. It's a halfling over here. This lady right here. Let me just turn on highlights here. Okay, stop wandering around. Alright, you there.
Seems the shrooms are letting in more people every day. You see a fella on his own on your way in. Dwarf. Balin's his name.
Balin. This we can also deal with later. That's a quick little quest where we rescue her husband. We'll do that later as well. Let's just go straight to show me your wares. Okay, and here we're after 2 items. The Ring of Jumping. And the Caustic Band. There's the Caustic Band. And the Ring of Jumping. Right there. Okay. Caustic Band, Ring of Jumping, and that is it. Balance offer. And barter it up. And we're good. That's it. Shopping is done.
I reckon it might be enough to cover rent.
Let's go back to camp and start the makeover. Okay, making over the Missile Mafia. I believe it's redundant to have more than one Warlock Wizard with the Hexblade's Curse setup. For example, Missiles is currently set up like that. She's a level 1 Warlock, level 3 Wizard, and we've been casting Hexblade's Curse to give bonus damage to magic missiles. Up to now, though, I found that when going into combat, a major issue is the game doesn't tell you which mage has cast Hexblade's Curse on which enemy. So when I was casting Hexblade Curse from multiple mages, and you examine the enemies, you see that they have Hexblade's Curse, but I was trying to remember, okay, was it Miss Isles, or was it Will, or was it, Gale who cast Hexblade's Curse on that enemy? And it just became a real pain in the arse. That's number 1. Number 2, I realized that my playstyle, from like my strategies, is when you go into a fight, there's always a boss enemy. And I typically throw the kitchen sink at the boss enemy. So what happens is I take one of my Warlock Wizards, cast Hexblade's Curse on him, and then blast him with Magic Missile. Then I take the next guy and blast him with Magic Missile, but Hexblade's Curse is not going to work on that boss enemy again, because he only can cast Hexblade's Curse once per enemy. So in effect, the other 2 guys, their Hexblade's Curse kind of just sat dormant until the boss enemy was down. And then by then, I just had the minions left over. And I don't know, it just seems a little redundant to have more than one. That's number 1. Number 2, I like to have a cleric. Like I said earlier, I have 2 teams, and I want to eventually have 3 teams. I like to have a cleric in all my teams. And right now, Shadowheart is my cleric. But I can't have 3 full teams and have a cleric in all the teams if Shadowheart is taking up one of the party member slots. So it would actually make a lot more sense to make Miss Isles the cleric and make Shadowheart the Warlock Wizard. So it's essentially Miss Isles is going to swap assignments with Shadowheart. So that's another reason why I want to do a major makeover here. Okay, that's number 1. Next, I want to make, like I said, I think it's redundant to have 3 Warlock Wizards. So I want to make Will a pure Warlock, and I want to make Gale a pure Wizard. Hey, how about that? All right, so that's what this major makeover is all about. And let's get underway. So I got a big to-do list here. We're going to start with Miss Isles. She's going to become a cleric, and we're going to dip her into wizard so that she can learn wizard spells. And she can still cast what's his name? Shovel. All right, so here we go.
Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require
Yes.
a new
Can you help me
ally?
change my class?
As thou desire.
All right, so click on cleric. Cantrips. Bursting sinew, guidance, and light. So just clear all these. Bursting sinew, guidance, and light. Subclass is going to be war domain. Ability points. This one is just completely cosmetic. Let's just put a saloon just so we can have some interesting conversations with Shadowheart. Abilities. Click on clear, and you're going to put the +2 beside dexterity, and +1 beside wisdom. Okay, +2 dexterity, +1 wisdom, and we're going to crank up dexterity to 16. Not 16, and crank up wisdom to 16. And put Constitution at 14. And Strength at 12. Yeah. Reason being is I want missiles to have a lot of carry capacity, because she's basically the equipment manager, and I noticed that I've been running short on carry capacity. Since she's going to be in every team, she's like the team leader, she's in every team, so it makes sense to make her the equipment manager and the alchemist. So I'm going to swap the alchemist pouch over to her. Right now, Shadowheart is carrying the alchemist pouch, so I'm going to swap that over her. So she needs to carry a lot of stuff. So that's it. Skills. Just like research and development says, put it +5 insight and medicine. So let's take it out of religion. +5 insight, +5 medicine, and we're good to go. Confirm and confirm, and that's it. So she's starting off as a cleric. Level 2, I'm just going to quickly dip her into wizards so that she can A, cast shovel again, and B, learn wizard spells if she should desire in the future, which is going to be a necessity. Okay, so level up. Here, you're going to add class. Click on wizard. Cantrips are going to go with Firebolt, Mage Hand, and Ray of Frost. Firebolt, Mage Hand, and Ray of Frost, rather, that's good. Spells. Let's clear all these. And we're going to go with Magic Missile, of course. Sleep. Grease. Expeditious Retreat. Long Strider. And Shield. Okay, once again, Magic Missile, Sleep, Grease, Expeditious Retreat, Long Strider, and Shield. Done and done. That's it. Don't worry about prepping spells. We'll do that later. Accept. And now we're going to go to level 3. Level 3, you're going to go back to Cleric. Okay, so if you're on the PC version, just click here. And make sure you're leveling up Cleric, not Wizard, Cleric. And there's no decisions to make here. We now have Guided Strike. This is a reaction, I believe. Gain a +10 bonus to attack roll. That kicks in when you miss a shot. And we have these class features here. Accept. Level 4, once again, no decisions to make. We're going to level up as a cleric. Get a whole bunch of new spells. Don't have to make any choices. They're automatically added. Okay, so level up cleric again. Accept. Level 5, we get to add a feat and a new cantrip. For the new cantrip, we're going to add resistance. Resistance. And the feat, we're definitely going to add alert. You gain +5 bonus to initiative and can't be surprised. This is going to almost guarantee that missile starts in the first lineup whenever you go into combat. Okay? And I'm going to have 3 of my party members like that. Done and done. Okay, now as far as gear, this is very important. Let's just skip Shadowheart for now. We're going to go back to missiles. Now, she is a wizard, but you notice that her intelligence is very low. I dumped intelligence, but we're going to have her wear the warped band of intellect, which currently Shadowheart was wearing, but now we're going to switch it over to Miss Isles, right? So that'll bump up her intelligence to 17, and like that, she will now be able to prepare 4 spells, 4 wizard spells instead of 1. Let me just demonstrate this clearly. Okay, when you take this off, okay, the number of wizard spells you can prepare is reliant on how high your wizard level is, or your intelligence level is, rather. Okay, so here you see we can only prepare 1 spell. Slap that on. And basically it's just swap with that Shadowheart. Shadowheart was previously wearing is now wearing the luminous armor right there. So slap that on. Hellrider's Pride for gloves. And Githyanki boots. I'm going to give the Speedy Light feet to, I believe it's Gale. We'll just leave them there for now. The Githyanki boots, I believe Karlak has for now. Just yank those over. Haha, see what he did there. And the Amulet of Sylvanas. The Smuggler's Ring, since she has high sleight of hand. That's perfect for her. That'll bump up her sleight of hand to 8 and stealth to 8. And another ring, the Whispering Promise. Since she's the cleric, when you heal a creature, it gains a 1d4 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws for 2 turns. That's perfect for a cleric. Done and done. Okay, so you can have Rapier +1. That is correct. And this Woodwold Shield. Let's give her a normal shield. Oh yeah, I was gonna give her the no, that's correct. The Safeguard Shield. Just looking at the notes here. Yep, Shadowheart currently has this, so slap this on. Very good. Okay, and I'll bring her armor class up to 19. Rapier +1 and hand crossbows, which he's proficient in, and that is the makeover done for Miss Isles. Next, Shadowheart. Strike that. Let's go back to Miss Isles. Prepared spells, because she's got a ton of spells to prepare. Starting with Cleric. Some are pre-prepared, are always prepared. Let's just take all these out. This will fluctuate according to the circumstance, but for now, the base prepared spells will be Bless, Healing Word, Sanctuary, Guiding Bolt, Blindness, Create Water, and Command. Okay, once again, Guiding Bolt, Healing Word, Bless, Command, Create and Destroy Water, Sanctuary, and Blindness. Over to Wizard. She is going to rely mostly on Guiding Bolt for dealing damage. We may swap in Magic Missile every now and then, but it's not going to be really a priority. So here we want to put Expeditious Retreat, Long Strider, Shovel, and Shield. Alright, and if we feel like swapping something out, we'll swap out Shield for Magic Missile. Or Sleep, or whatever. But for now, that's the base lineup. Right, so that's it. Now Missiles is done. Let's switch over to Shadowheart. Oh yeah, one more thing. Let's swap over. Shadowheart is carrying the Alchemy pouch. So now Missiles is going to be carrying that. And the Potion pouch. Okay, so Miss Alice, you are the new alchemist. / potion master. Very good. So her new carry capacity is 160. She will become encumbered at 128. She's at 97.2, leaving a 30-pound buffer. So that's plenty. That's just fine. And let me just get rid of some things here. Don't tell me it's a light crossbow. Okay, good. Let me just send this to camp and this to camp, and keep it strictly magical items in this container here. Oh yeah, send this to camp too. Beautiful. Alright, so carry weight down to 95 and we are good. Next, Shadowheart. Shadowheart, it's your turn. We're going to turn you into our resident warlock wizard. So, go visit Withers. Withers, what say you?
Fate spins along as it should.
Dost thou require a new ally?
Can you help me change
as
my
thou
class?
desire?
Alright, so Shadowheart's going to be our resident warlock wizard, casting magic missile with the proficiency bonus added on account of Hexblade's curse. So we'll start off with warlock. Cantrips. We're going to go with booming blade and minor illusion. Subclass, definitely the Hexblade. Spells, hellish rebuke and shield. And abilities. Now, don't forget, Shadowheart has the Forbidden Knowledge buff, which means that she gets +1 to Wisdom saving throws. So we can kind of keep Wisdom a little low. So, we're going to start off with clearing everything. Give the +2 bonus to, +1 bonus to intelligence, and the +2 bonus to dexterity. That is correct. Crank up dexterity to 16. Crank up intelligence to 16. And don't forget that she is our executive in charge of sales and acquisitions, and we have dumped 400 gold into Damon to get the best prices, but this relies on her having a good charisma score. Her charisma score previously was 14, so we're going to have to keep it at 14 to get the same prices as we did earlier. So we'll put this up to 14. And the final stats, the ability points rather, will go into Constitution. There we go, just like that. Skills. Deception +4 and Intimidation +4. So let's take out of Arcana and put it in Deception. Okay, Deception and Intimidation both at +4. Confirm. Confirm, and done and done. So, dipped into Warlock, and now we're going to level her up as a Wizard. Okay, add class, Wizard. Cantrips. Acid Splash, Ray of Frost, and Blade Ward. Acid Splash, Ray of Frost, and Blade Ward. Alright, spells. Clear all these. Magic Missile, definitely, most definitely. That's going to be her bread and butter. Sleep, Expeditious Retreat, Featherfall, Chromatic Orb, and Grease. Okay, once again, Magic Missile, Sleep, Expeditious Retreat, Featherfall, Chromatic Orb, and Grease. Prepare spells later. That's it. Done. Let's level up to level 3. Continuing to level up Wizard. Subclass, definitely Evocation. This will give us the the Sculpt Spells feature. Create pockets of safety within your evocation spells. Pardon me. Allies automatically succeed their saving throws against these spells and take no damage from them. I can't tell you how important this is because, once again, before the end of the video, we're going to make Gale a pure wizard, which, as I said before, at level 5, he's going to gain access to Fireball. Now, if anybody gets up in anybody else's face, that is, an enemy gets right close to them, we want to be able to cast Fireball at that enemy without harming our allies. So that's what this is all about. Alright, so that's that. Spells. Let's go with Burning Hands and Enhanced Leap. I've been totally sleeping on this. Totally sleeping on this spell. This is a ritual spell. I never noticed this before. This is a ritual spell. It does not cost a spell slot. Even though it says that. That's not true. That information is incorrect. See that? It says level 1 spell slot. That's not true. It's a ritual spell. Okay, prepare spells later, except... Level 4. Level 2 spells now become available. Let's choose 2 of them. We're going to go with Cloud of Daggers and Flaming Sphere. Okay, Cloud of Daggers, Flaming Sphere. Prepare spells later, and we're good. Okay, so we've hit a class level 4. That means a feat has become available. Once again, we're going to go with Alert. So that means both Shadowheart and Miss Isles are almost guaranteed. Okay, I'm not going to say guaranteed, but almost guaranteed to start every fight. Cantrips. Let's go with Bursting Sinew. Spells. Let's go with Scorching Ray and Shatter. Scorching Ray and Shatter. Done and done. Prepare spells later. Feat is Alert. And we're good. This guy we're going to do in another video. Let's just cancel out of that and go back to Shadowheart and gear her up. Okay, so like I said, her wisdom, we dumped on wisdom. So her saving throws are pretty low on that. But she does have the forbidden knowledge buff. What we can do is give her the Helmet of Autonomy. That'll add proficiency to her wisdom saving throws. So now she has +4 to saving throws in wisdom. That's fairly respectable. Okay, keep her from being, commandeered and charmed and whatnot. All right, scale mail +1. That's correct. Gloves of Hail of Thorns. There they are. Spider Step Boots. She's got them on. The Spell Sparkler. This is going to add lightning damage to her magic missile. It's going to be nuts. And the Wooden Shield. This is going to go to this Woodwood Shield. I believe this is going to go... Let's just leave it here for now. I believe that's going to go to Will or Gale. The Wooden Shield should be in the camp chest. There it is right there. Okay, since you're such a badass Shadowheart, you're going to have to go cheapo on the shield. But it does add 2 to your armor class. Next, to add an extra missile, we're going to give her the Psychic Spark, which she just finished purchasing. And the Ring of Color Spray. Nope, that's the one. That is it. Finally, because she has the Spider Step Boots, it would be great if she had the Web spell. So if anybody gets up in her face, she can cast the Web spell on the ground, and she would be free to move around, but the enemy may not. He may get trapped, and then we just wail away on him, right? So, Miss Isles, you have a whole bunch of scrolls that we've been saving here in the Curious Book. Let's start using them. The web scroll is one of them. This may not be very walkthrough-y because I don't know if everybody got this. But I promise not to use it too often until we get to level 6 where everybody can get the web spell. So let's have her learn this. How many of you got the scroll of web? Raise your hands. No, post a comment. Yeah, so we're going to have Shadowheart learn this. And that will go perfectly with the spider step boots. Prepared spells. Of course, magic missile. Sleep. Expeditious retreat. Enhanced leap. Cloud of daggers. Scorching rays. And web for now. Actually, let me just take that out just to be fair. Let's put in shatter. Done and done. Okay, so there you go. See? Busted. Busted. This doesn't cost a spell slot. See? All my spell slots are intact. That's like blatant false advertising. Mind you, it does only last 10 turns, so, but, yeah, this is definitely something we should always be casting just before any combat. Look how far she can jump. Check that out. That's, like, huge. Yeah, so get yourself some of that enhanced leap. Done and done. Next. Who's up to bat? Will, I think you want to have a little chat with us. And so let's go take him into the party.
Will's brows furrow as your minds connect. He sees the burning embers of Joaquin's rest, then Floric's face as she tells you of Ravengard's abduction.
Hells. Older Ravengard's been taken.
Yes, Drow set fire to the inn and stole away with the Duke.
Then we need to seek him out and get him to safety.
Why?
You see, Grand Duke Ravengard is my father.
Oh, no.
I know I haven't said. Our relation was no matter of pride, not least for him.
Luke, I am your father. No, no. Then the choice is clear. We should rescue Duke Ravengard. That'll get him to a proof.
Thank you. That means a lot. But I wonder, what makes a Duke of Baldur's Gate so interesting to the Drow? Even the houses of Men's Oberanzen would have little use for my father. No, this is no Drow plot. These absolute nutters, these true souls are behind his abduction. His absence alone will sow chaos in the city. If they were to infect him, he could lead Baldur's Gate to ruin. All the more reason to find him. The Absolute has seized not just my father, but the future of the Sword Coast.
Okay, that's all good and well, Will, but you shouldn't keep secrets like that from us.
I know, and you're right. My story is one of two men. The Blade of Frontiers, a man hunting the fiends who prey on the weak and claw at the coast. And Will Ravengard, the memory of a memory, a man who belongs to the past. I wanted you to know the Blade, not the shadow he left behind.
All right, let's talk about something else.
I'm all for it.
I'd like you to join me.
I'd love to join, but I don't think there's enough space for me to squeeze in.
You're taking on Scorpion Slot.
Let's make this happen.
All right. Okay, so it's your turn to level up, and you are going to become a pure warlock. So, go see the doctor, get yourself fixed up.
Fate spins along as it should.
Dost thou require a new ally? As thou desires.
Okay, so change class, got 100, costs 100 gold, we got lots of money. And we're going to go with warlock, he's already there. Cantrips. Definitely, most definitely Eldritch Blast. Okay. Leave the subclass as the Hexblade. Back to cantrips though. Another most definite is Booming Blade. I've been totally sleeping on this. Totally. This is kick-ass. Booming Blade. Spells. Hellish Rebuke and Hex. They're already there. That's what he had before. And abilities. Let's just clear. +2 in Dex and +1 in Charisma. Okay, as a pure warlock, his spell casting, I forget what you call it, but the ability that feeds his spells is not intelligence, but rather charisma. Right, so we shall put the +1 bonus in charisma and the other +2 bonus in dexterity. Don't forget that Will has the benefit of anti-Ethel's hair. So that's +1 to his dexterity. And when we get to level 4 and we take on his feat, I'll explain how that comes into play. For now, we're going to push dexterity up to 17. Actually, I can explain it right now. So with dexterity at 17, plus anti-Ethel's hair, that'll put his dexterity at 18, an even number. That will give him +4 to his dexterity modifier, which means that he's far more likely to hit his shots with bows. And we're going to put charisma up to 16. That will help him hit his spells. Wisdom at 10. And Constitution at 14. Done and done. Skills. He's going to be our new Deception Intimidation Master. So let's take 2 points out of this. And plunk up Deception to +5 and Intimidation to +5. Okay, let me just double check those abilities. 17, 16, 14 Constitution, and 10 Wisdom. That's good. We're good. Okay, we're going to take a Warlock all the way. So, level up. Level 2, we get a new spell and Eldritch Invocations. The new spell we're going to take on is Expeditious Retreat. Eldritch Invocations. This is going to give a lot of extra boost to our Eldritch Blast, which is a spell that requires an attack roll, but it's not like Magic Missile guaranteed to hit, but I'll explain about that later. But definitely want to take Agonizing Blast. Here you go. When you cast Eldritch Blast, add your Charisma modifier to the damage it deals. So it's going to give it a lot of extra damage. And Repelling Blast. When you hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, you can push the creature up to 4.5 meters away from you. So definitely get those too. And that's all. Those are all the decisions you have to make here. We're good to go, except up to level 3. Level 2 spells now become available. The spell we're going to choose is Shadow Blade. I've been sleeping on this too. This is nuts. You can actually put this in your offhand. And the offhand, in certain situations, actually does more damage than your main hand attack. So yeah, definitely get that. Pact Boon. Other choices, the two, this would be a good choice. You could create yourself another shovel. but we're definitely going to go with Pact of the Blade, and I'll explain about that afterwards. So go with Pact of the Blade. Is that right? That is correct. Okay. Except up to level 4 Warlock, we get a new cantrip, a new spell, and a feat. For cantrip, we're going to go with Minor Illusion. For the spell, we're going to go with Invisibility. And for the feat, since his dexterity is so high, that means his initiative is pretty high as well. So we can afford to not get alert and instead bump up his charisma, which will make his spells, give his spells a lot more accuracy, make his spells, especially Eldritch Blast, far more likely to hit. So let's go with ability improvement and bump up charisma times 2. 1, 2. So now we have charisma at 18 and dexterity at 18. That's with Anti-Ethel's hair. So basically he's going to become like a crossbow / Eldritch Blast warrior plus a whole bunch of other stuff. It's going to be nuts. That's it. Except level 5. Now level 3 spells become available because he's gone pure Warlock. Alright, and we're going to go with definitely Elemental Weapon. Imbue a weapon with elemental power. It receives a +1 bonus to attack rolls and deals an additional 1d4 damage of your choice. And you can apply this to the crossbow. So that's going to be nuts. And another Eldritch Invocation. Go with Mire of the Mind. You can cast Slow with a Warlock spell. What's Slow? Slow is this right here. Level 3 Transmutation spell. Target up to 6 enemies and slow them. Movement and actions are affected and their AC and dexterity saves are reduced by 2. How about that? Yeah, we definitely want that. Mire of the Mind. And we are good. And we'll just skip this guy for now. He's part of the rogue assassin team. We're going to level him up in another video. Alright, so gear up Will. We have this helmet of smiting. I could have taken the Wrathful Smite spell, and that would have helped out with this. They would have been like synergized, but I didn't. I decided against it. But this also has Constitution saving throws. Maybe I might get Wrathful Smite later on when we get another spell choice, but just for the Constitution saving throws, we're going to give him this. I know that the other buff doesn't really apply yet. Scale mail +1, that is correct. Gloves of Missile Snaring. Reason being is that Will's dexterity is pretty high, so this you can intercept missiles from ranged weapon attacks, reducing their damage by 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier. So this is perfect for Will. And as far as boots, Speedy Light Feet. I believe Karlach has these. So we can start adding lightning charges. Or did I take them off her? There they are. Speedy Sparks. When the wearer dashes or takes on a similar action during combat, they gain 3 lightning charges. What are lightning charges? Like, yeah, I'll explain that when we go into combat. Keep everything on a need-to-know basis for now. But yeah, that's going to be very useful to Will. What else? He's going to be sporting the Baneful, which we just purchased. That's one of the most expensive purchases that we just recently made. The Baneful. Once we stack up with the bonuses with this is going to be really useful in combat as well. And he's also going to be sporting Herald. Nope, this one right here. Just take my word for it. These are perfect for Will. When we go into combat, I'll explain more about these. As far as jewelry, oh yeah, I'm also going to want to give him the woodwood shield. Broodmother's Revenge. Who's got that? I believe one of the assassins has that. I believe it's Scorpion. Here it is. Hand that over. Very good. And we'll give him the Caustic Band. And the Ring of Protection, since he's probably going to be on the front lines a lot. There we go, bring up his AC to 20. That is it. He's ready to rock and or roll. I'll explain all about all these choices when we go into combat. You'll see it'll be a lot easier to explain how that all synergizes together. That's it, we're done. One more. Gale. We're going to turn him into a pure wizard. Let me just scroll down my notes here. Let's take him into the party.
Tell me, what can I do for you?
Join me.
Would that I could, but your entourage is full.
Yeah, you're going to take Orion's place. Magical. Alright. You know the drill, Gale. Go visit the doctor and get yourself fixed up.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally?
Can you help me change my class?
As thou desire.
And you are going to be a pure... What did I do? Oops, I clicked on the wrong one. Uh-oh. Oh god, I hope I did a quick save somewhere along the line. That's that thing where the game swaps out the hotkeys for which party member you have assigned to which hotkey. So I just assumed that the hotkey I was pressing was for Gale, and it turned out to be Shadowheart. What was the last one we did? Will. Are you good? You're at level 5. You have all the right gear. Looks like Slack did a quick save. Who's a good Slack? I am. I'm a good Slack. Atta boy. Okay, let's try this again.
Tell me, what can I do for you?
Join me.
I'd be delighted. Though, someone else will need to watch the cook pot.
Wonderful. Orion. Gale. Separate. Gale. Okay, yeah, you go. Talk to the doctor. What's up with fate, doctor?
Fate spins along as it should.
Attaboy. Okay, so.
A new ally.
Yep, change my class. There we go. Okay, we're on track now. Gale is going to become a pure wizard. Cantrips. Firebolt, Booming Blade, and Bone Chill. Once again, I've been sleeping on Booming Blade and Bone Chill. Spells. Just get rid of all these. Definitely Magic Missile. Sleep. Grease. Expeditious Retreat. Mage Armor. This is really important because since he's no longer going to be dipped into Warlock, which automatically gives him proficiency in medium armor and a whole bunch of other weapons, he's going to be armorless. So this one's really important. Mage Armor and Shield. Okay, once again, magic missile, sleep, grease, expeditious retreat, mage armor, and shield. Abilities. Clear. We're going to give the bonuses to dexterity and intelligence. So dexterity +2 and intelligence +1. Crank up dexterity to 16. Crank up intelligence to 16. Crank up constitution to 14. And wisdom at 12. Done and done. Skills. Religion and investigation. Investigation is good. And here we go. Investigation and religion. That's good. Confirm and confirm. We're on our way. Wizard all the way. Okay, so like I said, if you're looking down here and see all your spells are disabled, this is because he's wearing medium armor. He can no longer wear medium armor. So first thing you want to do is take off that medium armor. Well, hey, and why don't we just give him what we want to give him right now? All armor, like for example these gloves here, these metallic gloves, those are medium armor as well. So you have to take those off so that he can cast spells again. See? We're gonna give him the poisoner's robe, which is clothing. It's perfect for him. Okay, so now he can cast spells again. Poisoner's robe looks like that. And we'll get to the rest of his gear later after we level him up. Wizard level 2. For the same reasons as I described before, we're going to give him the evocation subclass. So he can, like, you know, nobody's going to take any splash damage, especially from him, because he's going to hit wizard level 5, and that means he gets level 3 spells, one of which is going to be fireball. Huge area of effect. Spells for now, color spray and ice knife. Color spray and ice knife. Prepare spells afterwards, except level 3. At this point, level 2 spells become available. Definitely go with magic weapon. And scorching ray. Very good. Prepare spells afterwards. Except at level 4, since he's a pure wizard, we get to choose the feat. And we're definitely going with alert, so that he can start off with missiles and Shadowheart as almost guaranteed to start first in any fight that we start. Cantrips. Shocking Grasp. Spells. We're going to go with Cloud of Daggers. Cloud of Daggers right there. And Scorching Ray. Did I already choose that? I already chose it. Strike that. Cloud of Daggers and Mirror Image. Right here. Very good. And alert and accept. Level 5. At this point, level 3 spells become available. Definitely going with Fireball. Check the damage on that. 8 to 48. Explodes on contact, torching everything in the vicinity. That's why you definitely want to go with subclass evocation. That one, please, and most definitely haste. This is like basically like the speed potion, except now we have it as a spell. Done and done. Except kick ass. Alright, so Gale is now a pure wizard, but he's a bit of a dumbass when it comes to proficiencies. This is all. He can wear light armor and shields. No medium armor, no heavy armor. And look at this. Only 4 simple weapons and even less martial weapons. So that's the penalty of being a pure wizard. So we're gonna have to work around that. He's not proficient in this. Gear up. Let's start off with giving him I'm gonna give him all the gear that grants spells, and those spells get recharged on short rest or long rest. For example, the circlet of blasting. And he's got the poisoner's robe on. Gloves. Are there any gloves he can put on? I don't think so. Maybe the gloves of thievery. I don't have any notes on gloves, but or boots. Staff of Crones. Here's just something else that grants a spell without having to use a spell slot. So now we can cast Ray of Sickness and Scorching Ray once per long rest for free without having to use a spell slot. What else do I have in my notes here? Studded Shield, that's good. Spectator Eyes for the amulet. Yet another couple of spells, Ray of Fear and Wounding Ray, that we can cast once per long rest or once per short rest. Yep, so he's a pure wizard. These are all perfect for him. He's like a wizard smorgasbord going on here. Ring of Jumping. Let's give you one of those. And the light crossbow, which we just bought. +1, because that's the only thing that you're smart enough to use. As far as his armor class, he's gonna have to rely on mage armor, like I said. So you can see his armor class is 15. We can easily, since he's not wearing any armor, mage armor will work. Cast that. And bump that up to respectable 18. There we go. Done and done. Prepare spells. You can prepare a whopping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spells. So let's go with Magic Missile, Sleep, Mage Armor, Magic Weapon, Scorching Rays, Mirror Image, Fireball, of course, and Haste. Haste, of course. Okay, once again, Magic Missile, Sleep, Mage Armor, Magic Weapon, Scorching Ray, Mirror Image, Fireball, and Haste. Done and done. So that is our new Missile Mafia. Not all specializing in missiles, magic missiles, but I believe all of them have access to it. Yep, they all have access to it, but they have kind of like different assignments now. They're going to totally kick ass. So I believe that is it, and we're approaching we passed the 1 hour mark. Jeez. Okay, so there you go. Major makeover for our Missile Mafia. Let's just group them together, and we're going to take them into combat as soon as possible so they can show off their stuff. Alright, so that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. If you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, post a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to make sure you get all my videos hot off the press. Alright, see you next time. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes. Alright? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.